madness today, because the rhetoric, based on what you're saying, the rhetoric is that at any minute this community is going to start a riot. No, they're not. No, they're not. But the amount of police that are around here, who's starting the riot? No one wants to start a riot.
And today's PR thing with that, here's a luxury building, that was a brilliant PR move.
Because then the Daily Mail readers are going to go,
oh, well, you see, look, they're all right now. Yeah.
But then conversely to what we're saying, getting a luxury building, they're offering people places really far away, and then when they refuse to say, you're making yourself homeless.
Yeah, exactly.
This is what's happening. And what are their lawyers doing about it? Nothing.
And when you make yourself...
You have to appreciate, you have a whole government who are strategizing, who are in emergency mode, damage limitation mode, and they've pulled on all of their resources to remix the narrative that they created through their ineptitude and just through their real hatred of the poor. Because you're dealing with people who have been unmasked, who actually hate the poor who have built their country. Now, the sweat of our ancestors, the sweat of the poor, and their blood is on every brick in this country. But when it comes to doing justice, those concerned, they have no empathy. They have no desire in their heart to do justice. And the Honourable Louis Farrakhan teaches us justice is a principle of fair dealing. And justice is what balances the mind. See, people become and get involved in civil unrest when there's no justice,
when they feel frustrated,
and their minds are imbalanced. In order to bring balance, you must have justice. This is why Jesus said the golden rule is to do unto others as you would have done unto yourself. If that building was the Shard in central London, it would have been resolved. It would have been resolved.
Run new by now.
It would have been resolved. If this took place in Israel, it would have been resolved. Why? Because if it happened in Iran...
Actually, I said it was Gaza.
If it happened in Iran, it would have been resolved. Wherever people love their people, it would be resolved. But where you find a people who are in power, who have contempt for those who are suffering, then they drag their heels. And that's what's taking place at the moment. They're trying to figure out how to be just. When justice is natural once you have love in your heart. But they have no love in their heart, so therefore they need to find a way how to demonstrate justice, because it's not natural.
But they go to bother now where they see us all infighting.
Exactly.
And
this is doing their job.
I wouldn't say we all, but one of the things you shouldn't do, you should never quit, even though sometimes things are not going in the direction that you know full justice will be done. You still shouldn't quit. Ever. You should still always just help those who are trying, who might even be ill-motivated. And even if they're ill-motivated, that will ultimately be made manifest. But as long as you maintain your integrity and your spirit and express the love in your heart, then you would have done your job. But it's never justified to quit because things are not going your way.
Yeah, but you've got a small group
hence the reason for collaboration is better, because this is taking leadership. This takes guidance. And where the leadership is concerned, it has to be able to...
You are the leader.
Exactly.
Well, you are
a leader. No, we can't be.
Everybody who has a skill, everybody who has a talent, everybody who has energy, everybody who has empathy, everybody who has love in their heart are the collective leadership. And those who want the best for those who are survivors, and those who want justice for those who have died, truly in their heart, they are the ones God Almighty will use to bring about a quality of leadership that everybody will feel that justice has been done. It's not about putting a band-aid over a broken leg. See, at the moment, as I said, everybody's trying to scurry and just get something done.
But they're not. That's the problem.
There is no...
establish their name. Look at me.
There's no validation.
This is not a problem that
there's
can be...
No, you can't, and you can't
This
do
cannot
anything.
be resolved in days or weeks or even months. And even when you look at the tower, you know, you cannot rebuild where so many people have lost their lives. There has to be a perpetual memorial to those who have lost their lives. Just like the Twin Towers in New York. You don't rebuild a tower block. And if they're going to rebuild something, it must house those who are the survivors. So I think real questions like that.
Yeah, the
that's the point. No one is not supposed to want to live there. But we've got to hold the government to account that you will never use this piece of land to profit from. And that's a real
They will, of course they will. They'll put a plaque and that will be
Yeah,
it.
they'll put a little plaque in memory of the residents of Grenfell Tower as the Porsches are driving in to park.
They are probably already quietly speaking to developers.
Yeah.
Developers would have already said, look,
But
can we
again,
talk down the line?
it is for those who are
Somebody witnessed-
conscientious
But
to
we don't
raise
have
their
we don't have
concerns
any
and to be
legitimacy
on record.
as long as
To be on
the
record.
survivors don't. The only thing is, the only people with legitimate voice are the representatives of the survivors. The survivors are powerless and
Unfortunately,
in
the
a naive and
representatives are not genuine.
exactly. That's the problem.
But again, you see,
they are being heard.
Representatives that came
We are your
were the thugs and the bullies,
Time.
intimidating
Time.
the poor
Exactly.
victims. And
You're going to
So-
leave.
so
You're going to
every-
leave.
all the rest
You're going
of
to
us are
leave
completely- we're just on the outside getting
sincerity
mad.
or lack thereof to time, because everything.
we don't have time.
Everything,
time.
but everything.
Exactly.
Evidence is being.
But everything we
Exactly. I
say and
feel the
everything
same way
we're
as this
doing
sister.
is collating a history for us as individuals. And if that's how people want to be remembered as those who were using the grief of others to try to bring about some kind of celebrity status for somebody's grief,
is,
that would be the
what's
history.
urgent at the moment is we don't have the luxury of time because that
I
is a
agree.
crime scene
Right.
where the building is,
Right.
and they're preparing to demolish it. They're preparing to whitewash all the evidence. So we went today. We created an amazing, powerful group. Really, really committed, passionate,
And they asked us.
and they asked us to do it. They asked us
We didn't
to do a
book the meeting,
presentation,
we were asked
and then
by
we
the
were
residents.
literally sabotaged. We were in